Hello, Renee Flamont here. You guys, you know one of my favorite topics is karma because I really do believe it comes around. And it came up last Wednesday, karma did, in the Dear Narcissist video. And of course, it spawned me off into a whole outline, and I want to expand on that today. With everything we discuss in these videos, many people have the question, well, don't they get theirs, or do they ever get theirs? The only thing I have to say is, oh my God, do they ever? And I'm going to explain to you why. I mean, can you imagine their life? Oh, you know I'm breaking this down. Because I've thought about it. And it's sad and lonely, not human, and uncertain. Baby. I mean, you may see them seemingly living a good life, right? But you guys know what's happening on the inside. You know. You had a relationship with that person. So many people, they get so upset. Why isn't he getting his due? He's off there in a relationship. I see the pictures. He looks happy. Think about the truth of that relationship. We've made enough videos on that. Look them up, right? We've been talking about that the last couple of weeks. You know what's going on there. You don't think he's getting karma? Now, just because they stir up the trouble and the hurricane with every single person they're with doesn't mean that's a life they enjoy. They like stirring the trouble, but I think if they could decide to find bliss and have no angst and no need to devalue and destroy and wreck and sabotage, I think they'd choose the other way. That's taught every time in their life. They are full of self-loathing. She's repositioning, and it's a big dramatic event. You good, baby doll? I love you so much. They're full of self-loathing and insecurity and no moral compass. And zero empathy and no credibility. And a complete lack of good principles. This is not a person that bad things will skip. It just isn't. And you know, many times a narcissist ends up alone. If that didn't speak volumes of what they got was coming to them, I'm not sure what can be sadder than ending up alone in life. And by alone, I mean you've destroyed any relationship that should have meant something to you. You all know what I mean. You've alienated family, close family friends. They've all caught on to you. You may be surrounded by people, but they're strangers, new people, not your lifelong people. A narcissist is never alone, so they have these crowds they attach themselves to. But I'm talking about if you look at their circle, because I've done it, who from their life is in it? They're alone. The people that I've seen with a dysfunction or something close to this disorder, I look and there's always a sibling they don't talk to, a parent they don't talk to, a fight they had with a close family friend. I don't talk to this cousin, blah, blah, blah. People that close to these narcissists catch on to the truth of the narcissist. So they end up alone, surrounded by people that they've convinced are their friends. This is my 30-year friend. Oh, really? Well, you're 80. 5 people you've known your whole life are over here and you don't talk to them. Oh, really? You're 60 years old. You have a friend of 5 years as your best friend. Where are your people? You don't have people? I have people. People I talk to on a regular basis that I've known my whole entire life of 55 years old. I have people. And I think it's suspect When you meet someone, I'm not talking about somebody who's been marred by death in their family and they don't have anybody. That's different. But if you meet people, that's bad karma. They're living on the earth. You know they have family and friends that they should be close to. They're the same age. They should have been. The others are, and they're not. That's bad karma. Now, they'll stand in that stance and sell it to themselves that they're right and they deserve. They're alone. Think of that. I think of it all the time. I think of it all the time. My dad is 80 and my mom is 77. So I have, and everyone's helped. My stepmom is 79. Excuse me, my mother's 78 in a minute. Everyone's healthy, blah, 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 blah. They all live pretty much around me. But I think of this all the time. My narcissist being 80. If these people, they have people in their life, my parents do. This narcissist, your narcissist, for example, people catch on. And that's the narcissist who has a best friend at 62 years old that he's known 5 years. That was the narcissist before the narcissist. I was like, your best friend? He was a doctor. I said, what about college, med school, work that you've had? Your 3 brothers, not close to one soul. Moved to Florida, lived here 3 years, met this couple, these people, and that was his best friend. And he said it like a 12-year-old. This is my best friend, my number one. Where were your people? Where were your people? Told me he didn't talk to his father for 20 years, right to his death. Where were your people? But I'm sure you felt right about all of that. But you're alone on an island. And your brothers get together. You know what I mean? It's really sad. And I went off on a tangent on that one because I really wanted to punctuate how sad that is. And think of the narcissist that you know. And who are they surrounded by? When people catch on and they remove themselves from you, it leaves them a hole and they go out and they find new people. So when you see them surrounded by the new people, the strangers, even if it's 10-year friendship, that's a stranger. I'm talking about lifelong people, right? I want you to remember it's only because they can't be alone. The self-loathing they have inside is so great an amount. They can't sit alone in their own company. They hate it. Now, I've spoken to many people that I believe are narcissists, friends, peripheral narcissists against me, friends who are narcissists who aren't, I'm not their target, the partner. I've asked everybody this, and they all say they hate being alone. They can't stand it. They can't picture it. They don't want it. They can't sit with their own company. That's why. So they have to have people around them and make you think and make them think. They'll love bomb everybody. You guys are the best friends. I could never be in life without you. Anybody they meet, they're going to love this narcissist. They're magnanimous. They come ready to love bomb. You know what I mean? Becomes friends with people easily, but they're alone. They're alone. Okay? Now, a specific example, but it's funny, but it's really, I just thought it was the narcissist that I talk about had a Percocet issue. Okay? Now, I don't take any prescription medication at all. So I would look at him and go, you're giving those to your friend? That's illegal. Pollyanna, that's illegal. Well, his back was hurting him. As I watched the behavior of the Percocet and the behavior of the friend and giving it to this one and talking about you could sell them, I'm thinking, oh, what kind of people are these? But anyway, it was a shady need that he was getting the prescription. He was selling, you know what I mean? Like, I was just like, oh my God. And his back was hurting him also, or he convinced himself that he did. I don't know if he was addicted. I really didn't pay attention. I'm not his mother. But he was always talking about, I'll take one, and having them on him. And I have no idea the level or anything. We have a disaster date on the way to the doctor for him to get his prescription that means so much to him. Disaster date. You guys know something happened. I found something out on the way in the car. It unfolded. He finally relented. In the bank drive-thru. He goes, you're right, oh my God. We get to the doctor's office. I stayed in the car. Guess what? He comes out in 5 minutes. Doctor was on to him. His shadiness. It was something he said. I think he said to the doctor, I even had to borrow some from a friend because I had run out. And the doctor did the math and was like, you're borrowing from a friend, that's illegal. And the doctor was like, do you have a problem? And he didn't like his answer. And the doctor figured out he was shady and made him leave without the prescription. He came to the car. He was so mad. Now, this was within an hour of the disaster. Of course it's coincidence, but that stuff happens all the time if you're paying attention. I didn't laugh because I had just had a disaster bestowed upon me, but I always look for karma. I think of it all the time. I believe in it. So right when it happened, I didn't say serves you right, but I thought, of course you didn't get your Percocet prescription with which you're being shaded that now ruins your whole day, that you're pounding on the steering wheel like a baboon. Of course, I'm a good kid. Look what you just told me. Look what you just did to me. Of course you didn't get it. Again, coincidence, sure, but I just thought that was funny, and I thought of that, and I wanted to tell you because I thought that was karma. But more in the overall sense, these people never truly feel connected either. They tend to stay outside the circle of those closest to them, as we know, because I just explained that. Because we'd all be onto their game if they continued to be in our lives. A narcissist doesn't change. Very often they're the braggadocious one, they're the loud one, they're the, you know what I mean? So they don't change, so we caught on to them. They can't stay around us because we would continue to be onto their game. So they find the strangers, connect with them because they need a new constant audience who hasn't seen their bad side. But that to me is so sad. They're removed because their behavior was so bad with so many that they've burned bridges. That's karma, and it stinks for them, but that's fair. That's fair. I don't want to be 60 years old and telling a 50-year-old story to 10 new people of my new circle, 10 new people to my next, and never having anybody around me, even from the time of my life, who could recount it with me, laugh with me, be in it. I don't want to be retelling stories to all strangers at 60. I want to be with the people I created the stories with. God bless that they're still here, right? A narcissist is, no. They've burned all the bridges. We don't even need to mention the tumultuous relationship they're in. I don't care which one it is. This one, the next one, the next one, the next one. You know what they are like. Every relationship will have the same struggles with a narcissist. They will deal with all that mess, the narcissist will, every single time. They'll never have smooth sailing. They'll never have, okay? That's their life. A mess is their life. Always. Constant hamster wheel of mess. Mess, 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 mess. That's some karma. And you know, they will search and collect and change and search and never ever find the right partner that will satisfy them, or the right something else material, maybe a house big enough, a job that pays enough, friends that love them enough, laugh hard enough, schemes that work out properly. Imagine, seriously, imagine an unquenched thirst, an unquenchable thirst. You can't ever quench. That's torture. That's them. Always, forever. Never not thirsty, yearning, wanting more. Nothing is enough. That's how they live. That's where they live. They exist where they live. And all they seek is everything grandiose. But they always feel they deserve more, faster, for doing nothing. You know, Buddhism explains that you will perpetually suffer if you continually yearn and don't learn to be satisfied with what's in front of you. Makes total sense. I've learned very much to love where I am in my present moment. I have a tremendous ability to do that because I've been reading and studying this for 35 years now. Like, you know what I mean? But it makes a lot of sense. I've often used the real estate example. I knew somebody, she was dying to get in this neighborhood. And I've said this example before because I watched it happen. Oh, so-and-so moved to this neighborhood. And moved to this neighborhood. Now, these people bought a really nice, moved in, but she picked the lower starter home in the neighborhood. So then the next few years you heard, well, I just want to get, on the other side where they are. That person is never, ever going to be satisfied because there's always something else. There's another zip code. There's a better partner. There's a better car. There's a better something, right? They're never satisfied ever. Can you imagine that torture? I live every day very satisfied and at peace in my life. I have everything I need, more than I could want. Family, friends, love. I have a very happy life. A happy, quiet, simple, little, fabulous life. I'm at peace. I have everything I need. My thirsts are quenched. Can you imagine never getting to this point, ever, till the day you die? You're looking for something else because you think you're grandiose and you deserve everything, right? He says in Scarface, Manolo says, and what the world, Chico, and everything in it. That's what he wanted. He wanted the world. That's what he thought was coming to him, and everything in it. And did Scarface, did Al Pacino, that's who I pointed to, by the way. Did he suffer in Cuba, his character? Sure. But now I'm entitled to everything. Everything. That's how a narcissist thinks, okay? I'm not saying his character, but whatever. I'm just saying that's what they think. They're entitled to everything, and they're going to go out and try to get it, and they're going to go out and try to get it, and they're going to go out and try to get it. Make it happen. Convince themselves it's happening. It's never happening. They know it. They feel it. That's what they live every day. Imagine living, your karma is that you just fall short for the rest of time. You're a pole jumper, and for the rest of time, you don't make it. That's how a narcissist lives every day. If that's not karma, I don't know what is. So if you ask yourself, do they ever get theirs? I promise you, in all of these ways and more, they're getting theirs every single day. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.